Before we start the play, A Raisin in the Sun, we're going to look at some essential questions that have to do with the play. And so we're going to read these, and I'm going to read this blurb to you, these directions. The following are essential questions for A Raisin in the Sun, the play we're going to read for Unit 3. Unit 3's main topic is modernism. We're going to read about a Black family in the 1950s where one family member wants to own her own home, one family member wants to own his own business, and one family member wants to go off to college to become a doctor. These were lofty goals for Blacks in the 1950s. This was modern thinking. Lorraine Hansberry, the author, was a Black female who modeled these characters after herself and her family members. These essential questions resonate with the characters in the play, so we have to imagine they resonated with Hansberry as well. How do they resonate with you? Read each essential question, sit with it for a bit, and then answer the questions thoughtfully. Provide specifics and explain how you arrived at your answer. You aren't answering these in relation to the play, you haven't read it yet. You are answering these in relation to life, your experiences, the experiences of people you know, etc. Make sure you have the Grammarly extension downloaded. So these 7 questions pertain to the play. So what role do dignity and hope play in shaping a person's identity? What is freedom? What does it mean to be a man? What is the significance of hatred, hope, and selfishness in the American dream? How does persistent poverty affect families? How are people's personal lives affected by a nation's history, and what values and ideals are worth fighting for? So those are some pretty heavy questions. And so that's why I ask you to sit with them for a bit. And don't just read it and answer it right away. Just kind of think about them for a little bit after you read them, and then if you can't personally relate to it, think about someone in your life or someone you've read about, or just just kind of sit with it and really process the question before you answer it. And then we will go back to these when we're done with the play and answer them in relation to the play. And I think that it'll be kind of a cool moment to see how, even when Lorraine Hansberry wrote this in the 1950s, how you'll see how they how it pertains to the characters in the play. So I'm asking you to look at them in respect to your life or to today, but then as we're reading the play, you'll see how they actually pertain to the characters in the play.